What makes a voice unforgettable? What makes a presence linger long after the curtain falls? Some actors perform. Alan Rickman inhabited. His voice, rich, deliberate, almost hypnotic, was more than sound. It was an instrument of power. His gaze could freeze a room, his silence could speak volumes, and his artistry defied categories. He was the villain we secretly adored, the romantic hero we longed for, the mentor who demanded respect, and the soul who carried tragedy with elegance. From Severus Snape's haunting complexity to Hans Gruber's cool menace, from Shakespeare's stages to intimate love letters, Rickman's journey was not merely a career. It was a testament to patience, craft, and devotion to art. Behind the velvet tones and carefully measured pauses was a boy from Hammersmith, raised in modesty, hardened by loss, and determined to build a life through creativity. He fought to be seen not for celebrity, but for truth, not for fame, but for mastery. This is the story of Alan Sidney Patrick Rickman, the actor who turned restraint into thunder, whose performances etched themselves into culture, and whose humanity still echoes in the silence he left behind. Alan Rickman was born on February 21, 1946, in Hammersmith, London. His father, Bernard, a factory worker and house painter, died of lung cancer when Alan was just 8 years old. His mother, Margaret Doreen, raised Alan and his 3 siblings largely on her own. The Rickmans were not wealthy. They lived in council housing, and Alan's childhood was marked by austerity. Yet creativity ran deep. His mother encouraged art, and Alan soon displayed remarkable talent for drawing and calligraphy. He had a natural precision of hand, a love for detail that foreshadowed his acting. But the loss of his father left a permanent shadow. Rickman once reflected, "When you lose a parent so young, you spend a lifetime searching for safety." Perhaps that is why his performances carried both authority and fragility, a paradox that became his signature. At Latimer Upper School, he discovered drama. Though shy, his teachers noticed his unusual diction, his ability to project emotion with restraint. But Rickman's early dream wasn't acting. It was art. He earned a scholarship to Chelsea College of Art and Design, later attending the Royal College of Art. He specialized in graphic design, and for a time it seemed Alan Rickman's future was in typography and logos, not soliloquies and scripts. And yet, even in his art school days, his classmates recall the voice, that velvet baritone. One friend remembered, Alan could read a phone book and make it sound like prophecy. Rickman himself admitted he felt something pulling him toward the stage, though he resisted. Acting seemed unstable, uncertain. But as he would later learn, destiny does not whisper forever. It eventually demands. What is Alan Rickman's legacy? It is layered, just as he was. He redefined villainy, showing the world that antagonists could be witty, elegant, even sympathetic. He elevated supporting roles into unforgettable presences. He turned restraint into thunder, making audiences lean in, listen, and wait. Beyond his performances, his influence rippled through generations of actors. At RADA, he often returned to teach, guiding students with tough love and unshakable belief in the craft. He urged them to respect silence, to understand that less can be more. One former student recalled Rickman whispering, "Don't fill the air. Let the air fill you." Rickman also left behind recordings, readings of Shakespeare, poetry, even children's books. His voice, timeless and soothing, continues to comfort millions. Fans replay his narrations not just for entertainment, but for solace. And perhaps most tellingly, Rickman lived a life of loyalty and integrity. He stayed with Rima Horton for over 50 years. He maintained friendships for decades. He never lost sight of his working-class roots, nor his belief that art should be accessible. His funeral was private, just as he had lived much of his life, but his spirit remains public, etched into film, stage, and memory. His name invokes elegance, intelligence, and humanity. Alan Rickman never wanted celebrity, he wanted truth. And in chasing truth, he became unforgettable. His voice lingers, his gaze lingers, his legacy always. From council housing in Hammersmith to Broadway stages, from Shakespeare to Hogwarts, Alan Rickman built a career that defied typecasting and transcended generations. He gave villains humanity, heroes depth, and audiences wonder. His story is one of patience, discipline, and authenticity. He did not chase fame, yet fame followed him. He did not seek power, yet his voice commanded it. He did not shout for attention, yet the world still listens. Alan Rickman remains not just an actor, but an icon of craft. His presence, his voice, his humanity, they will echo always. You've just listened to another story from Story Vault, a place where lives, legends, and moments are kept alive. If this journey spoke to you, if it made you think, smile, or see the world a little differently, do me a favor. Tap that like button and subscribe to the channel. Because here at Story Vault, there's always another story waiting to be told. And I'd love to share it with you. Until next time, keep your curiosity alive. And I'll see you in the next story.